Let's talk about the topic percentage by Anupam Das. In mathematics, a percentage is a number or the ratio that can be expressed as a fraction of 100, which means a part per 100. The word percent means per 100. It represented by the symbol percent. Now the percentages have no dimension, hence are dimensionless numbers. If we say 50% of a number, then it means 50% of its whole. Now what is the percentage formula? To determine the percentage, we have to divide the numerator by the denominator and then multiply the resultant to 100. Percentage formula is equal to the numerator divided by the denominator into 100. Example, 2 by 5 into 100 is equal to 0.4 into 100, which is equal to 40%. Now how to calculate the percentage of a number? To calculate the percentage of a number, we need to use a different formula such as p% of number is equal to x, where x is the required percentage. If we move the percentage sign, then we need to express the above formulas as p by 100 into the number is equal to x. Now 10 divided by 100 into 80 is equal to x, which means x equals to 8. Now the converting of the fractions to percentage. A fraction can be represented by AB. Multiplying and dividing the fraction by 100, we have AB into 10,000 and 100, which is equal to AB into 100 into 1100. This is the first equation. From the definition of the percentage, we have 1100 is equal to 1%. Thus the equation 1 can be written as AB into 100%. Thus the fraction can be converted to the percentage simply by multiplying the given fraction by 100. Now the difference between the percentage and the percent. The word percentage and the percent are related closely to each other. Percent or the symbol percent is accompanied with a specific number. Here a chart is given. It says the ratio, the fraction, the percentage and the decimal. The ratio of 1:1 can be written as 1 divided by 1 in fraction, and its percentage it can be written as 100, and its decimal it can be written as 1. You can follow this table to properly know what is the difference between ratio, fraction, percentage and decimal. Because fractions, ratios, percentages and the decimals are related to each other. What is percentage in maths? Every percent problem has three possible unknowns or the variables: the percent, the part and the base. In order to solve any percent problem, you must be able to identify these problems. Look at the following examples. All the three variables are known. Example, 70% of 30 is 21, which means 70 is the percent, 30 is the base and 21 is the part. Example, 25% of 200 is 50, which means 25 is the percent, 200 is the base and 50 is the part. Another example says 6 is 50% of 12, which means 6 is the part, 50 is the percent and 12 is the base. Now let's move on to the percentage tricks. To calculate the percentage, we can use the given below tricks. X% of y is equal to y% of x. Example, prove that 10% of 30 is equal to 30% of 10. So the solution will be 10% of 30 is equal to 3. 30% of 10 is equal to 3. Therefore they are equal. That is, x% of y is equal to y% of x holds true. Now find 22% of 120. So the solution will be 22% of 120. Here 22% of 120 can be expressed as 22 into 120 divided by 100, which is equal to 2640 divided by 100, which means 26.40. Now find the number A if 8.4% of A is 42, and the solution says 8.4% of A is 42, which means 8.4% of A is 42 can be expressed as 8.4 into A divided by 100, which gives 42, which implies A is equal to 42 into 100 divided by 8.4, which is the equation number 1. Here 8.4 can be written as 84 divided by 10. Substituting the above equation 1, A is equal to 42 into 100 into 10 divided by 84, which means A is equal to 42,000 divided by 84, which gives the answer of A as 500. Now let us give the example as x is 5% of y and y is 24% of z. x is equal to 480, then find the values of y and z. So what we can do is we can first write the given value of x is 480 and x is 5% of y, which means x is 5% of y can be expressed as 5 into y divided by 100, which is equal to x, which implies x is equal to y into 5 divided by 100. Now substituting the value of x, which is equal to 480 in the above equation, we get 480 is equal to y into 5 divided by 100, which means y is equal to 480 into 100 divided by 5, which gives the answer of y as 9600. It is also given that y is 24% of z, which implies y is equal to z into 24 divided by 100. Now substituting the value of y, which is equal to 9600 in the above equation, 9600 is equal to z into 24 divided by 100, which implies z is equal to 9600 into 100 divided by 24, which means the value of z is 40,000 and y is 9600. So we can figure out that how to solve this kind of problems. I hope this much is clear to you all. Now there is another question. It says a person deposits rupees 150 per month in his post office savings bank account. If this is 50% of his monthly income, find his monthly income solution. So let the monthly income of a coolie be X, and that here the coolie deposits rupees 150 per month, which is given in the question, which is 15% of his monthly income. From the above we can derive that X into 15 divided by 100 is equal to 150, which implies x is equal to 150 into 100 divided by 15. Now the value of x comes as 1000. So the monthly income is rupees 1000. Now the another question says a cricketer scored a total of 62 runs in 96 balls. He hit 3 sixes, 8 fours and the 2 twos and the 8 singles. Now what percentage of the total runs came in the sixes, fours, twos and singles? So to find this out, we need to first write down the details that are given in the question. Now the total runs scored by a cricketer is 62 runs, and the runs scored in the 3 sixes is equal to 3 into 6, which is equal to 18. Now the percentage of runs scored in sixes is 18 divided by 62, which means into 100, if it is done, then it comes as 29.03%. Now the runs scored in 8 fours is equal to 8 into 4, which means 32. Now the percentage of runs scored in fours is equal to 32 divided by 62 into 100, which comes as 51.61%. Now the runs scored in the 2 twos are 2 into 2, which is equal to 4. So the percentage of runs scored in the twos is equal to 4 divided by 62 into 100, which comes at 6.45%. Now the runs covered in singles is equal to 8 into 1, which is equal to 8, and the percentage of runs scored in the singles is equal to 8 divided by 62 into 100, which comes as 12.9%. I hope this sum was really easy and you have understood it well. Question number 6 says the value of a machine depreciates every year by 5%. If the present value of the machine be rupees 1 lakh, what will be its value after 2 years? Now the solution can be given. Details are the present value of the machine is rupees 1 lakh. So every year the depreciation in price is equal to 5%. So the value after 2 years is equal to 1 lakh into 100 minus 5 divided by 100 into 100 minus 5 divided by 100, which means 1 lakh into 95 divided by 100 into 95 divided by 100, which comes as 90,250. So the value of machine after 2 years is rupees 90,250. Now question number 7 asks that Mohan's income is rupees 15,500 per month. He saves 11% of his income. If his income increases by 10%, then he reduces his savings by 1%. How much does he save now? So the solution will be Mohan's monthly income is rupees 15,500. Savings is equal to 11% of 15,500, which means 15,500 into 11 divided by 100, which gives rupees 1,705. Now the monthly income increases by 10%. New monthly income is 15,500 plus 10 divided by 100 into 15,500, which gives rupees 17,050. When the savings reduced by 1% will result in 11 minus 1, which is equal to 10% of 17,050. Now the new savings is equal to 10 divided by 100 into 17,050, which is equal to rupees 1,705. Now the savings is rupees 1,705, which remains the same even after the increment. Another question says, Shikha's income is 60% more than that of Shalu. What percent is Shalu's income less than Shikha's? Now the solution will be, let us consider Shikha's and Shalu's income be rupees X. So Shikha's income is 60% more of Shalu's, which means X plus X into 60 divided by 100. Now x plus 3x divided by 5, which is equal to 5x plus 3x divided by 5, which means 8x divided by 5. Now the difference between Shikha's and Shalu's income will be 8x divided by 5 minus x, which means 8x minus 5x divided by 5, which gives 3x divided by 5. When Shalu's income is less than Shikha's income in percentage is equal to divided by 5 divided by 8x divided by 5 into 100, which means 3x divided by 8x into 100. That gives the result 37.5%. So by 37.5%, Shalu's income is less than Shikha's income. I hope you had a lovely session with us. Thank you for watching this video.